Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea Kavitz and I'm here to talk to you about alcohol dependency and the programs and the treatments available to you as employee assistance professionals. And I'd like to start off with Dr. Howard Baker highlights the fact that stress alters drinking and the progression of addiction in a complex manner and in ways that people that don't go through it can't even fathom. And I think that's important to us, especially in large organizations, that we buy into these programs and we have these programs available to our employees so that they can face things that they are going through, especially when it comes to alcohol dependency. So now we're going to get into alcohol dependency or alcohol use disorder, or and what does that mean? And well, alcohol use disorder is characterized by the loss of control over alcohol drinking, and that's accompanied by changes in the brain regions related to the execution of motivated behaviors and to the control of stress and emotionality. So it's something that can definitely affect us, especially in large organizations. It is also defined as the pattern of alcohol consumption. In the United States alone, approximately 1/3 of all adults will meet the criteria of alcohol use disorder at some point in their lives. And approximately 15.1 million Americans will meet that criteria within just the next 12 months, which is something that we should all be paying attention to. And a quote that I want to refer to is 1 Peter 5:8, which says, "Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour." And it's just saying, let's just, when it comes to alcohol dependency and alcohol use disorder, like we said, is in the characteristics or the definitions, it alters that. It alters behavior and it alters the mental state or the emotionality of a person. So that's what alcohol dependency is, and that's why I think it's important for you. So why is it important, right? Well, it's an issue that everyone is facing, every community within the United States is facing every day. And the COVID-19 pandemic, which we are all going through and which we're all facing the aftermath or even facing issues with it nowadays, has increased the harmful use of alcohol consumption. And so it's an important thing that we should be focusing on today, especially within our organizations, because we may have employees that are going through these things at home that we may not see. One thing that has changed is the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act has changed the substance abuse treatment system for this diagnosis, and has made it to where people are able to get the treatment utilizing their healthcare insurance. So this is something that we should be pushing out to our employees to know that it's available to them. They've initiated coverage for the treatment, and it's really important. Alcohol is just one of the leading causes of preventable diseases within the United States, with over 88,000 deaths every year, and it's the leading psychiatric disorders that we have today. All right, so there's 4 different selling methods that you could utilize, but today we're just going to discuss 3 of them, and I'm going to show you 3 different videos of 3 different kind of interactions that you could utilize in order to, or scenarios that you would utilize utilizing 3 of these selling formulas. And the first one that we're going to talk about is the stimulus response approach. And the stimulus response approach is typically it's a canned presentation that they utilize. There's not very much interaction with the person that you're trying to sell this product to. So it's more based on what we are just trying to sell them. The second one is the selling formula, and the selling formula is based on what they call AIDA, which is awareness, interest, desire, and action. So it involves more of an interaction with the selling person and the person and the customer, trying to figure out if they're aware of the product, they're interested in it, and then trying to focus around the desires of what they want to from the product, and then selling them the product, which is the action. Then there's the need satisfaction method, which is the most common one because it focuses more on fulfilling the customer's needs and not really the organization needs. So it's based on three things, which is the need, the need for the needs of the customer, basically. Needs development, needs awareness, and needs fulfillment. So we just try to ask questions, know the person, see where they're coming from, see what their background is, and in this case, like seeing how likely they would need this product, why this product would be needed in their organization, and then seeing how we can provide our program to meet the needs of their organization. So those are the three that we're going to go over. So in a stimulus response approach, it will be more of a can statement. So in presenting it to a employee assistance professional for a large organization, I would use things like, do you have employees that are going through alcohol disorders, or do you have employees that are experiencing a high level of stress? And they would say yes. It says, oh, do these individuals, would you want these individuals to have higher performance, produce quality services or products to your customers? And they would say yes. And says, oh, what do you think that having this product as part of your toolbox in order to present to the employees or the customers would benefit you? And then they would say yes, and that's it. And so that would be the selling method that you would utilize as far as employee. The stimulus response sales approach, which is more of a candid statement. It's a question, they say yes, and at the end, they're like, well, yes, I do need your product. All right, when it comes to the selling formula, like I said, we're focusing on awareness, interest, desire, and action. So the first thing that I would do is let them know, like I said before, in my why is important side, I would say, did you know that alcohol use is associated with the risk of accidents, workplace productivity losses, increase in medical and mental health costs, and greater risk of crime and violence? And I would make them aware of having a larger organization, the stressors, and the products and the services they're providing is definitely at a grander stand. So this might be something that is important to them, especially having a alcohol dependency treatment program for people. So because people in their workplace might be producing things, but eventually if they have an alcohol use disorder, that productivity can slowly deteriorate and cost them more money than it is right now because of the increased medical and mental health costs that will cost them, and the risk of accidental accidents. And would tell them that this is definitely something that would help their organization because of the fact that I'm trying to save them money by promoting, by giving this alcohol dependency treatment program as an option for their customers or employees to have. And within the need satisfaction method, that's definitely a different approach because it requires a lot more interaction. It requires a lot more questions. So what I would do is sit down with them and I would talk to them and ask them, like, hey, what are the statistics? You know, what's the percentage of people as far as it comes to substance abuse, or how do you feel like people are performing? And especially like maybe let's look at high peak times of the year and let's see the performance and the service put outs and that kind of thing. And also look at maybe how many people have sought help or said things as far as alcohol dependency, or if they've seen people being stressed out, or maybe they've been having people that are quitting. So just getting a broader scope of the organization, and as far as an employee assistance professional's standpoint, to see where they need my help. And then when it comes down to it, I would give them the answers, but I would sell it to them in a way that meets their desires. As far as if they tell me that, okay, I have a lot of people that they maybe do drink a lot, but they have no desire of maybe quitting, like cold turkey, then maybe we need to look at more of the harm reduction treatment programs, including self-control, controlled drinking interventions, so that we can help them actually get down to the reduction of drinking and their alcohol habits. And then that way we can sell it that way, in order to make the organization successful, but still utilizing the alcohol dependency programs as employee assistance professionals. Again, my name is Chelsea Kavitz, and this is my sales presentation on alcohol dependency treatment programs and how I would present it to employee assistance professionals that are within a large organizations, while utilizing the three sales approaches: a stimulus response sales approach, the selling formula, and the need satisfaction method. Thank you. Again, my name is Chelsea Kavitz, and this is my sales presentation on alcohol dependency treatment programs and how I would present it to employee assistance professionals that are within a large organizations, while utilizing the three sales approaches: a stimulus response sales approach, the selling formula, and the need satisfaction method. Thank you.